I'm Gail King, your host of Looking to Make a Difference with Gail, and tonight it's all about the music. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard a song that brought you back to the time when you first heard that song? Perhaps it was graduation, it could have been a prom, or maybe even your first kiss. Well, some of my guests tonight are going to go down memory lane. Katie Zimmer and Devin Favola are going to share 3 of their favorite songs. Well, Nick Tangorra, Rafe, and Anne-Marie are going to share with us some of their original songs, as is the ever incredible, energetic Amber Ferrari and her husband Chris. So if you're ready, let's rock and roll. It's always exciting to hear about talented musicians who are also making a difference in the lives of others. I have with me today Katie Zimmer and I have Devin Favola. Not only do they make a difference in the lives of others, incredible performers, but they also have managed to maintain honor roll grades at LIU CW Post. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Katie, I want to ask you a question. How did the two of you get together?
Me and Devin actually have been friends for many years, and we played music together actually a while ago, and we reconnected once we both got on campus at LIU, and we've been playing together ever since.
So how long has it been that you're playing together?
It's actually, Katie and I have been playing for quite a few months now, since the beginning
Well,
of
the
the school
first song that you're going to sing is what?
House of the Rising Sun by the Animals.
One of my favorites. And when I mentioned about bringing you back to that place, I remember this in the 60s when the Beatles were just about #1 on every chart. And this particular song took it away from them a little bit in 1964. What does the song mean to you? Why did you choose it?
I think, well, this song personally was the very first song that I actually learned when I started singing a couple of years ago. So this one holds a great importance in my life as it really signifies my start in my musical journey.
Beautiful. Let's take it away.
Thank you.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man, well down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's born a drunk. Oh, mother, oh, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your life sitting in misery
you could see why they were a fixture in the music scene. Katie, I want to talk a little bit with you because Newsday has honored you by voting you as one of the 50 most talented people on Long Island.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
That was such a surprise and an honor. My whole family was so thrilled to open up their newspapers and see my name in that slot. I've worked very hard to get that spot, and I couldn't be prouder of my achievement there.
And you also received the award and #1 in your big break competition. I want to talk about some of the places, some of the venues you performed at. For example, you performed at the Great South Bay Music Festival, the Montauk Music Festival, Oheka Castle, how gorgeous is that?
Yes.
The Duck Stadium, and the Brookhaven Amphitheater. Tell me a little bit about the Bitter End.
The Bitter End is actually one of my absolute favorite places to perform. It has such history there. So many artists have performed on that stage. So I've been lucky and honored to set foot on the same stage that some of these huge artists
And
have
you've been in
performed
other
in
places
actually-
as well. The Bolton Center, 89 North. What fun was that?
Very much fun. I love Bolton Center is one of the first places I've actually ever played at. So,
And the Smithtown Blues Festival, as well as the Revolution Music Hall. Now let me get back to you a little bit because you said you were influenced by Eric Clapton. You're a little young to be influenced by him. So how did that come about?
Well, one of the first songs, actually the first song I learned on guitar was "Sunshine of Your Love" by Cream. So he's a very big influence for me from the very, very beginning of my music playing. And I've also gravitated towards blues playing. Very huge part of my influence as a guitar player.
Why do I feel like you're two old souls here? Right? Now, you said something about going to Kentucky, and that affected your life. Did this have to do with your worship music?
Yeah, so I started playing worship music a few years back, and going to Kentucky was a very big experience for me, a very new experience because of the type of music I was playing. I wasn't used to playing worship music. It was normally blues music, rock music, so it was a very big change for me, and it was a very big opportunity.
Don't you have something coming out? You're working on a CD?
Yeah, so we're working on a worship CD. It's coming out in a few months. Working on it, still in the process, but
What's
it's
up
coming out very well.
next?
So.
We're going to be doing Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield.
Okay.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, but when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, that's when Billy would take me walking. Through the backyard we go walking, then he'd look into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, yes, he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When they started sweet talking to me, kiss and tell me everything is alright. Kiss and tell me everything is alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, yes, he was. How will I remember the look that's in his eyes? Stealing kisses from me on the sly, making time to make time, telling me that he's alright, learning from each other's knowing, looking to see how much we've grown. And the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Oh, yes, he was. The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Oh, yes, he was.
like I am, but I was dancing, singing, swaying to the music. This next one is a big treat. But I'm going to have Katie tell you the name of it.
This next song that we're going to be doing is Hallelujah.
Heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah. 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 Your faith is strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah. 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 Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. You know I used to live alone before I knew ya. And I've seen your flag on the marble arch. And love's not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear at night, not someone who has seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
He's fun, he's fearless, and his followers are called Fangoras. Of course, I'm talking about Nick Tangorra.
What's up?
He's performed across the country, and here he is today in this studio, and I know you're going to perform a couple of great songs for us. Let's go back, 2013. on the X Factor.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I understand you got 4 nods.
I got 4 yeses. Simon Cowell found me very annoying, but I took that as a compliment because he was right. I'm very annoying. No, I am. You'll learn that quickly as we continue this interview. I'm a very annoying person, but I got the 4 yeses, and I was like, oh, cool. So they thought I was talented, which was pretty cool.
I think that's great. What advice did he give you that helped you to become the
Just be
star
less
that you are?
annoying was really like.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, well, he in a couple words more than that, but it was good. It was a fun experience for me. I got to perform on the stage at Nassau Coliseum for the first time in my life. That was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, you were 16 years old.
And I had my whole family there. It was a very big learning experience for me. Nothing got aired, so that was also...
That was a bigger shock.
Yeah, that
That
was
was a
more shocked.
surprise.
I was waiting there. I was
That-
like, where's my... Yeah,
You know what,
nothing.
Nick? That happens so much when you're auditioning
yeah.
movies, parts,
I saw myself...
commercials.
Somebody was doing an interview, though, and I walked past him in the back, and I
And
was
that's how
like,
you saw
my
yourself.
claim...
Let me
Oh, yeah.
ask you, how did you meet and how did you give support to somebody you really do admire? Shawn Mendes,
Oh, yeah.
Meghan Trainor,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, Fifth Harmony.
Love all of them. They're just such big talents. Shawn, I met, we had been doing a couple shows together. We've now done a couple shows together, and he's just like such a great personality. He walked in, at the time he didn't have a band, and I don't even know if he had an original song at the time, and he just saw my brother, my drummer, and he walks up and he's like, would you play for my set as well? And Rafe didn't know who he was, and he's like, I'll have to talk to my management, and then pulls me aside. He's like, can I play drums for him? I was like, Rafe, it's Shawn Mendes. Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
And he's just such a good guy. I've met him so
Canada,
many times.
right? He's from
Canada,
originally
yeah.
from Canada,
He's Canadian,
pop star
eh?
from Canada.
Oh, yeah. And so we've just done a lot of shows with him. He's a really good guy. His music is incredible. His fans are so supportive. Just for us as well, being on tour with him and doing shows with him, they were just so receptive to us as well. So it was great. Yeah.
You mentioned Rafe. Rafe is your brother, your partner, helps you write some of the music.
Oh, yeah. We do everything together. So.
And Anne-Marie.
And there's Anne-Marie.
And Anne-Marie. Let me ask you about your grandfather's influence,
Yeah.
because you must have started singing at a very early age.
Yeah.
How early was it?
Well, when my grandfather passed away, I had to be about 5 years old. And so we were going through, he was like our best friend. And so I was going through his stuff with my brother and our family after he had passed away. And we had found tapes that he had been in a doo-wop group. And we were like, what? Like, we didn't even know that he would perform for us, but we never thought, recorded it, performed actually type of
didn't
thing
know that.
professionally. Yeah. And we just fell in love with music ever since. And we started taking lessons for a Colombian folk music group in the back of a barbershop in Sunnyside, Queens. Woodside, Queens, rather.
Woodside, I know
Woodside, yeah.
Of course.
And Sunnyside and Woodside are so close. But yeah, it was Woodside, and we were in the back of the barbershop learning from Fancho Castelar. It was Colombian folk music, and we started this group called the Cumbian Kids. And it's me and my brother. We're both Italian. And then there was two Korean girls and then also 2 Spanish girls. So it was like the United Nations kind of came together and formed a
love it.
group.
I think that's
and it was
great.
great. And the music was a lot of fun, but I'm Italian and Irish, so like I was the singer. I had no idea what I was singing about. It was all in Spanish. So still to this day,
You
like
still don't know what it meant.
no, still to this day, I still have no idea what it means. Every time I take a Spanish class, I'm always like, can you translate this?
one word?
And I'm always still singing it wrong, so I still don't know what it is.
I understand that you had a kind of an embarrassing moment at Roosevelt Field. You care to recap that with a phone call?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that was when the Harlem Shake was like such a popular thing. And so we wanted to throw a Harlem Shake. And so we put out a tweet and hundreds and hundreds of people started replying to it. And they're like, oh, we're going to meet you at the Roosevelt Field Mall. We're going to do the Harlem Shake with you. And it was going to be a flash mob. No one was supposed to like call the mall and think that it was an organized event because it
Right.
wasn't organized.
Wasn't organized.
No. And so people called and the mall found out, contacted us and was like, if you show up to the mall, you will be arrested.
Really?
So yeah, and I was like kind of tempted to go to the mall.
no.
I would love a mugshot, but like for the right reasons, you know what I mean? Like nothing crazy, like.
Well, we're
but-
going to pose later, so
Yeah.
I want to check out
Cool.
that mugshot.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, when did you know you actually made it? Where were you on stage, and was it surreal?
I think everything is such a journey, and we're constantly on a rise. So I would never say that I made it, and I don't think
Okay.
when I make it, I don't think I'll ever even realize that I've made it, because for us it's such a journey. It's such a thing that we can't live without it. We're constantly working at it, constantly releasing new stuff, constantly being on the road, doing shows and performing in front of people. And so there's always these surreal moments that we're constantly having.
Good.
But I don't think ever to the point where I'm like, I'm I'm good here.
That
It's
doesn't
like
seem to be your
no,
personality
I'm
anyway.
constantly want
But
to get
was
to the
there
next
a
level.
moment when someone asked you for an autograph that you said, "Wait a minute, whoa"?
Actually,
but
first
I'm
time-
just,
Yeah, first time that happened, it was just when I was doing musical theater. And I was JoJo and Seussical. It was off Broadway, very off Broadway. Not to be confused with off Broadway. It was
Off-Broadway.
much
This
further.
is wonderful.
And so I was doing it, and it was the camp that came. It was all little girls, and I must have been 11 at the time, 12 at the time. And they, every time I'd go to sing, it was all ballads that I was singing, and they just kept screaming, and I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong.
What's wrong?
And after the show, they were all
that.
crying, and they were like, "Can I have your autograph?" And they're all, as they're getting on their school bus to go back to camp. And that was the moment I realized that I was good looking, and
Okay.
that mattered.
Okay. And thank you, Nick. Nick, you and I have a couple of things in common, by the way.
Yes, we both have dark hair.
Well, even
Yes.
more so.
Italian.
I'm half Italian.
Yeah, guys.
You walked Magneto in
Yes.
a fashion show. I walked it's not really a sibling, but in the same family, Mr.
Hollywood?
America
Oh.
at Westminster.
Okay, wow, yeah.
Yeah, we had our
Beautiful,
hands
beautiful
full.
dogs.
Oh, stunning.
I
We
had-
also have, something else in common. You really adore Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
I adore her father.
Oh, yeah?
I've had a secret crush on him. I cannot tell you how many times. So now watching all the shows, like, here he comes.
So we have a lot to talk about.
So we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we had a big responsibility with those dogs. I had no idea that in the show that I was going to be walking that dog, so I trained to be walking like a little chihuahua, because that's what I've seen in all
Let's
the fashion
explain
stuff.
to everybody. He's about 160 pounds.
Yeah, it was bigger than us. I mean,
Yes.
it's like a mini horse.
I'm 97 pounds.
Wow.
But Mr.
I'm-
America was not that, he
Yeah.
wasn't as big as Magneto.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, they're so
He was a
beautifully
big
trained
dog.
and fun.
I was scared.
Were you
I,
really?
I was very nervous
No,
because, like I
they're
said,
the
I was
sweet.
expecting a chihuahua. So I walked in and they're like, "Here's the
That's
dog you're
what
gonna be
I
walking,"
walked.
and I was
I
like,
walked the
"It's bigger
chihuahua.
than me."
Right.
And when it stood up to do a trick, I was like, "You're gonna eat me." I got scared. No, I actually
His
got
head
scared.
is like this.
But the dog is great. The
and
dog is great.
so gentle. It's
So
a
great.
Leon Burger for
Yeah.
those who know about dogs.
love it.
All
And
right,
it's such a cool name.
We're going to let you start with Chaser, your very
Yeah,
first
let's do
song.
it.
I'd like to know, though, how you came about with the song,
Yeah.
the background, the
Absolutely.
words. So let's hear it.
So Chaser is a song that myself, Rafe, Tima D, and these two producers, they go by the name of Kiss Fight, out in Los Angeles. We worked together. It was a very long writing session, and I was very sick. So at the time, I didn't know that Dayquil existed, so I was only taking
So
NyQuil.
you had colds.
No, I was
and-
just taking NyQuil. That was the problem. And it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can imagine I was falling asleep.
You're
But
falling asleep.
we really we wrote the crap out of this, and every lyric just paints a picture. It's about being used, and we compare you in a situation being used like a chaser. So when you take a shot, the bitterness of the shot, you usually follow it up with just something a little sweeter to kind of get rid of the taste. And that's what I was comparing myself to in this song, is being used for the quick moment to get rid of the bitterness that someone is experiencing in their life, whether it's in the music industry and kind of just being
Wherever, just to be
or
used
just in life in
and
itself.
be taken advantage
Yeah,
of.
but every lyric paints a picture, so it's like every lyric
So
is
I'm
so
going to
vital.
hear every lyric and I'm going to associate it with you. When do you get your most creative moments? For me, it's in the middle of the night.
Me when I'm on NyQuil. I'm kidding. I don't support that at all. But I'm making a joke. For me, it's honestly just it's every time. It's always at the most inconvenient times, actually. Especially like when I'm in the shower. And,
That's when it hits.
And
That's
it
the
hits
moment.
me, and I'm like, great, my phone is not waterproof. But I do it anyway. And I grab the phone,
I hear
and I record the voice memos, and we just go from there, and that's it, really.
All
yeah.
right, I can't wait to hear Chaser. So let's take it away.
Let's do it.
I gave love a shot, you had to take it. You don't know when to stop, and I know my limits. Come on, I'm just a blur, you're double vision. A body to touch when you want some friction. Should've seen bitterness on your face. I need it all fixed for the aftertaste. Come on, I was nothing but a chaser, turning you on to forget about the flavor. And now that it's gone, you got your name on the move, yeah. I was running after you and nothing but a chaser. To forget about her. To forget about her. To forget about her. Woo! The next round's on you, but I won't be waiting. You drank me up, my sweetness faded. You try to fill a vacancy, but my love, that ain't a remedy. So you'll have to find some new medication. And now I see bitterness on your face. I won't be your fix for the aftertaste, yeah. Come on, I was nothing but a chaser. Something you want to forget about the flavor. And now that it's gone, you got your name on the move, yeah. I was running after you and nothing but a chaser. Come on. To forget about her. To forget about her. 'Cause I was nothing but a chaser. And I'll forget about your flavor. I was nothing but a chaser. Turning you on flavor. And now that it's gone, you got your name on the move, yeah. I was running after you and nothing but a chaser. Come on. Woo. And nothing but a chaser. 'Cause I was nothing but a chaser. Turning you on, yeah. Woo. Come on, yeah. 'Cause I was nothing but a chaser.
All right, you've seen this side of him. He's a lot of fun. He's creative. However, there is a serious side to this too.
Yeah.
I don't know if many people know that you were involved with foster care, also helping somebody with leukemia to raise money. But in addition to that, you have a program that's been in existence in schools for 10 years called Rock Out Autism.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in that?
For us, my brother and I, when we moved out to Long Island, we just noticed there was our neighbors or, just different people in the town. We'd see signs that were hung up that said, autistic area. And we were like, what is autism?
What is it?
We've never heard of it. Coming from Queens, we just never heard of it. There wasn't a name given for it. And so Long Island is kind of like a safe haven for families and children with autism. And so that's just kind of why we got involved. We just saw kids and we were like, how can we help? We've just been so blessed.
so
Musically, we
great.
love music. And like I said before, music is just everything to us. It's our passion. It's what we live for. It's why we wake up. It's why we go to sleep, or why we don't get any sleep. But for us, it was like, how can we make a difference with the talents that God has graced us with? And so for us, it was like, let's do this. So it started out going to different local autism centers and just performing, I want to say for the kids, but it's really not even for the kids. It's with the kids, because they will
With
get
the
up on
kids,
stage with
yeah.
you. And they will play the instruments with you. They will sing the songs with you, and they upstage you, and it's amazing. They are really, that's our favorite type of performance, is when we get to do
Do you know
that.
that many autistic children in school programs
gifted.
are using music to
Music
help
therapy.
these kids?
Yeah.
The numbers do change, but
Yeah.
I had read recently, I believe it was 1 in 64
Mm-hmm.
will be diagnosed. And of course, there are different degrees, and we know that many times it's not diagnosed until the child is 2 or 3 or 4 years old,
Yeah.
but they're even picking up symptoms now at 18 months of age. What you are doing is bringing an awareness. You're raising money for it.
Yeah.
And also you're talking about acceptance.
Yeah.
Why is acceptance so important?
Well, just because I feel like we're all human beings. Like we only, in my beliefs, we only get one life. So you just got to live it, and you got to love it. And you just got to do you. Got to do what makes you happy. And I have to tell you though, bringing it back to Rock Out Autism, that's what really makes us happy. That's like, we've performed in so many different states, so many different stages. And I have to say, my favorite performance is when we get to perform with these kids, and we go down to the centers and we just perform with them and just do songs that we've prepared them with. We have this one song, Beautiful Thing, that they'll come up on stage and they know all the words, and the music therapy teachers will teach them the song prior, and it's just so amazing. And so that's a special thing about Rocket Autism, that it allows us that platform, that opportunity to do that. And we're also raising, with the funds that we're raising, which is close to $200,000, which is something like we never expected when we started. When we started, I was 10 years old, and my brother, how old were you? You were 15?
Yeah.
He was 15 years old. So it was like, we knew nothing. We knew nothing about putting an event together, raising funds. We knew nothing about charity. And just to see how far it's come in 10 years, and the opportunities that it's blessed everyone with, and it goes towards these centers to help the children now with therapy.
That's what makes this group so special. But I'm also going to tell you something else. Suddenly, your whole face got so soft. This is something that is so intrinsic with you, so important for you, and that's what I think the audience can see. This is you making a difference in the lives of others. Now you're in for a big treat. I understand that your good friend who's here, Eric Andrew, New York City socialite, loves this song. Come on up.
There he is.
He loves this, and I just want to bring him up
This
for
is
a
his favorite
second.
song, I think.
And that's what I want.
Gail,
Hi, honey bun.
So good to see you.
What a
Nick, my
nice
buddy
thing.
Nick here. So talented.
How do you know them? How-
You know, I go to a lot of events in New York City, and I was at a charity event somewhere in the 30s. I go to so many places, I forget the
Believe
venue.
me, every party that's there, he's there.
Did you say the 30s? How old
I
are
think
we?
it was in, no, I'm
No,
saying it
no,
was in
the street.
the streets.
I know,
yeah,
I was just messing with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
So, and he was very young. I think Nick might have been like, this is like, I don't know, like 9 years ago, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, and he sang. He was so talented, and I met his mother, and I said, please make sure he sticks with this
Would you believe
this
that?
music career, because
You knew
he's
it.
so
You knew
talented,
it.
and he's not only. And then I got to know him and his family over the years, and I'm telling you, his family is amazing. They are very special. They're very
Special people.
cohesive, very talented. They support them 100%. You have no idea what it takes. Most people have no idea what it takes to be in a music profession, or anyone in the entertainment business.
Absolutely.
They don't understand how much work and time and effort and money it is to produce. And so
That's so true.
It's
So true.
very true.
Now, why is this one of your favorite songs?
Oh gosh, because this is it's such a great dance song, and it just took off for Nick. And I knew when I first heard it, I was like, "Wow, it's so catchy." It's a little risque in one of the words.
I can't wait.
But I mean, it's just what sells, and it
tell
doesn't
you what.
offend me at all. I've heard it all. I've
I'll
seen it
tell you
all.
what,
that
you and
doesn't offend
I
me.
are going to get off right now, and we're going to dance
Yes,
and
we will.
let them perform.
Yes.
Thinking that it's finally over. I can't do this no more. You couldn't go any lower. Yeah, if you fell through the floor. How could you think that I would find out when every little thing you say I doubt? And then, like, sure enough, oh, I spotted your car parked outside of the bar, like I knew you would be. And now I see you me over. I caught you in the line, no, just don't go there. Pretending to cry like you. Do you think you are? Faking your tears like a movie star. Feel like such a fool. Well, I've got no pity for you. Yeah, yeah. She begging for me not to leave her. And not a question on my mind. I don't need her. Well, I'ma be just fine. I put all your shit out on the porch. Pick it up soon or it's gon' get torn. Well, I'm not afraid to burn it down, no. I spotted your car parked outside of the bar, like I knew it would be. And now I see you me over. Come on. Caught you in the line, no, just don't go there. Pretending to cry like you. Do you think you are? Faking your tears like a movie star. Feel feel like such a fool. Well, I've got no pity for. You told me that you're going to your best friend's house for a night out with your ladies. You forgot that I have that app on my phone that can track my new Mercedes. Better go see what's up, cause tonight something's gone down. I hope I don't get locked up before beating into the ground. Come on, you f***ed me over. I caught you in the line, I just don't go there. Pretending to cry like you. Do you think you are breaking your tears like a movie star? Feel like such a fool. Well, I've got no pity. F*** me over. I caught you in the line, I just don't go there. I'm pretending to cry like you. Do you think you are breaking your tears like a movie star? Feel like such a fool. Well, I've got no pity for you. Well, I've got no pity for you.
She has sung the national anthem at Shea Stadium, opened for Taylor Dayne, had 2 songs on the Billboard, and of course, I'm talking about the amazing, the energetic Amber Ferrari. Hi.
Hey, Gail, how are you?
I'm great, but and I have to share even more because this is really exciting. You were voted Best Singer 4 years in a row by the Long Island Press and the Best Band Non-Cover.
Yes.
How exciting was that?
It was really great. The Best of Long Island is awesome, and I don't think it means that anyone is the best because everyone has a talent.
Right.
But it shows how much love that your friends, family, fans, I like to say friends, take the time out to vote for you each day. And that's a huge accomplishment, and it's showing so much love, and I really appreciate it with all of my heart.
And you're nominated this year as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. So
As
make
you
sure-
are.
Oh. but not as Best Singer. I promise you that. But please get up and vote for her. But you also have OMO, and I love this. It's your own, my own label.
Yes, on my own records.
Own. So how did that come about?
Well, being up and down in the music business and being, signed and things like that. And I just decided I need to be who I am and not change for a label.
Oh, I love that. That's
So,
great. That's very important.
I decided to release my own music on my own label. And my late vocal coach, Ellen Mitchell Moore, came up with the name OMO Records, Inc. So that's for On My Own. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, you also have this talent to morph into musical legends. This past summer, Pat Benatar. But
Yes,
you
that's
have
our
some things in
newest.
common with her.
Yes, yes. I was classically trained like she was.
Opera singer, and I
Yes.
will never forget you performing Ave Maria. All sitting around, and suddenly this person's walking by singing it. And I turned around, there was Amber. So you are classically trained.
Yes, I am classically trained.
And
trained.
background, family music.
Yes, my father is a drummer. He actually, God bless him, he's going to be 76 next month, December 18th. And he plays congas for some of my shows sometimes, so it's awesome. And my mother used to be in all the school plays and sing and play clarinet. So I guess I was born with it in my blood.
Okay, so that's your background. What about Chris with the guitar? He's phenomenal.
Not
You get
phenomenal.
this. He is. I've seen him perform on stage. So tell me a little bit about your background in music. How this happened?
I was just a kid in Queens, like rock music. Picked up guitar, wanted to be a rock star. Played in front of a mirror, pretending, and so now I get to live it out. With Amber.
But in addition to that, they're kind of still newlyweds. But I want to ask you a question. You guys work so much together. Yes, you have some jobs independent, but you perform together, you're working together. What advice do you have for other couples who are either married or living together to make it work?
She's in charge.
Did you tell him to say that?
No, I didn't, but he's right. No.
So one person does have to take the lead.
Ultimately, yeah. I mean, she's the band leader, but we come up with ideas. I throw out whatever. If I come up with an idea, I just throw it out there. If it's accepted, it's accepted. If not, then we just move on to the next thing.
What about the jewelry? How did that come about? Because I see that you do guitar picks and your jewelry. How did that happen?
That's so funny. Actually, I like to hand out postcards for all of my shows at all the fairs. And I was walking through one of the fairs, and there was this woman making jewelry out of guitar picks. And I just fell in love with it. And we started talking. I said, oh, yeah, I sing. And I gave her a postcard, and we started chatting. And she says, oh, I can make stuff for you. I said, you can? So
that's
I
how
work
that
with
came
her. That's how it
about.
came about. And actually, as a matter of fact, I just received new picks just yesterday and sent them out to her. And I'm going to have a new, like the Alice and what is that, Annie bracelets. I'm having those
Yes.
Alice and Annie bracelets made out of my
yes.
guitar picks
Oh, that's
for the next show.
I
So I'm
think you had
excited.
some influence with that,
none at
playing
all.
the guitar. None at all. But you did have influence with the name for Janis Joplin, Joplin's Pearl.
I think I came up with that.
Yes,
That
he
was
did. He's
yours.
excellent. Yes,
That
that
was
is his.
yours? I
He is
remember
great.
that.
Every time we need something, a name or a title, so it's him.
There it is.
That's who we
I'll
go
tell
to.
you, when we saw that show, it was extraordinary.
Thank you.
I know you're terrific, you're talented, but you actually became Janis Joplin. From the walk, the nuances, your stance, the vocals were incredible, the outfits.
Thank you.
I couldn't believe it. So, I mean, this was extraordinary. This was at the Patchogue Theater. Tell me, too, about the costumes. Did you help design some of them? What went into all of this? And when do you think of these things?
When I get home from work.
I know
And
that
on
feeling.
weekends, that's when I work on all the music and the shows and things. I love costuming. I used to do musical theater, so I love that part of the show too. I believe, dressing the part and just giving a show. People paying money to come see a show, right? So
And
I
it is
give
quite a
them a show, and
Standing
I
ovations.
enjoy it. I love it so much. And some of the things I design, some of them I find and I'll alter. And actually for this show, I have 3 new Janis outfits. I'm actually wearing a dress this time because Janis did wear dresses sometimes when she
Yes, she
performed.
did.
So I'm
She
going to
did
attempt
glasses.
a dress. Yes.
It's extraordinary. The other question before we listen to your first song, your energy level. What do you do to maintain that? Chris?
Oh, I don't know. I'm always like
hear-
that.
that's
Everyone
your-
always asks, is he like that? I wake up in the morning.
Yes.
And the first thing in the morning, I'm ready to go. And I'm serious. I am. You can ask him. It's not put on. It's my personality.
That's who you
I'm
are.
so thankful for each and every day.
Oh, that's
My glass is
beautiful.
always half full.
I love that.
And
It's always
I'm
full.
just
Isn't that
that's
terrific?
my personality.
Isn't
and
that
I just,
fabulous?
I love it. So.
Well, we're going to let you perform. And you want to tell a little bit about the song, where it came from?
Sure. I actually wrote this song a long time ago, about 15 years or so ago.
Favorite.
I
It's one of
haven't
your favorites.
released it yet or recorded it really in this style. I recorded it on a demo CD years ago as a pop song. But it morphed into either we're gonna do it acoustically today, but like
Right.
with the full band, like
This is a first.
pop. So it's a beautiful song, and like I said, I have not yet recorded it because I have so many ideas in my head. I have orchestration in my head, and I just haven't. I don't want to just do it.
Do it. You wanted it to
But
be right.
hopefully, we'll be doing it soon. But it's
this is exciting.
it's a really pretty song, and it's called Again.
So many times in my life, I thought I found the one, only to find a waste of time. They broke my heart one by one. I meet you, we fall in love. Now I'm scared, gotta be ready. Can't be myself, I hope you know just how much I love you. So I wanna love
the person that I once knew as me. Many thoughts run through my head. I don't know what to do. I'm so afraid there'll come a day you'll break my heart. I just can't help loving you. Something special I mustn't let go. You feel it too, I know you do. There is something I need to tell you. I wanna love again. I wanna trust again. If you could only see that I'm trying to be the person that I once knew as me. I lay in bed at night thinking of you. I said I'm laying and I'm thinking of you. I wanna love again. I wanna trust again. If you could only see that I'm trying to be the person that I once knew as me.
Now you know why she was voted Best Musical Performer. Amber, you're going to be at World Resorts in Queens.
Yes.
And that's coming up, what, December 13th? Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about that.
That one I'm going to be with my band, and we'll be performing our Madonna tribute show called Material Girl.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
So now we have Janis Joplin, we had Pat Benatar,
Benatar,
and that must
Madonna.
get exciting for Chris. You know,
He has a different girl every
which
night.
woman he's going to go home to?
Lots
Chris?
of costumes.
Lots of wigs.
Tell us a little bit about this show, because this is exciting too.
No, it's
What-
a
how
lot
is
of
it
fun.
different than the other shows?
Well, it's a singing, dance, pop music, so
Right.
it's different in that aspect, and
aspect.
it's a lot of fun. I always respected Madonna. She's a all-around entertainer, and she's always changing herself and her image, and she's still going. And God bless her. And
Like you,
that's
keep
awesome.
reinventing yourself.
You have
now,
to,
how do you
yes.
do it? Do you study her? Do you watch the way she walks, performs? How do
No,
you
because
do
I
it?
don't really. I mean, I've seen her before and things like that, so I'll pick up little steps
Little
and moves that
things.
she does, but I like to be myself
Yourself.
because I have to sing from my heart and who I
Absolutely.
am, but I do the costuming to portray her styles. I had the Material Girl gown made.
Oh.
You know, I had a
that's
the 1980s wedding gown made.
Which was the most fun of all three? Would you say that when you left, you said, wow, or most exhausting? Let's pick one of the two.
Okay. Well, I would have to say for the most exhausting,
Exhausting.
it's going to Janice. When I do
thought so.
Janice.
I thought so.
I
would see that.
absolutely, I would
have to
say
see
for
that.
Janice. For most fun dancing wise, well, that's going to go to Madonna.
Okay.
Most fun vocally is going to go to Pat Benatar because Pat Benatar's songs, she uses such a large range in
Like
all
you
of her
have.
songs,
You have that.
and she sings both clean, you know, legit, as we
Right,
say in the musical business, or rock and roll rough, you know, not legit. In both songs, I get to use all
All
of my
of that.
voice. So for that aspect, I'll give that to Pat. But I love all three. They're all so different. And I have each and every one that I'm doing, I enjoy it with all of my heart.
It's
and
a
I love
passion
it.
for
It
you.
is. It is. I love
And
entertaining.
Pat comes from Long Island as well. Pat.
Yes, and her
So
husband's her
that's
guitar
similar.
player. Look at that.
Go figure. All right, this song, Not Just a Pretty Face. Share.
I wrote this song, actually, this is really funny. I was on the phone with someone I was dating, and we had an argument. And I was really upset. And I said, I'm not just a pretty face. I went, oh my goodness, that's the great title for a song. I said, later for you. And I hung up the phone and I quickly ran and I got a piece of paper pen and I wrote down, not just a pretty face. And I put it in my pocketbook and I went out with my day. And that happened to happen on a Saturday. Well, I'm at work on Monday at my job at the time. And I was a receptionist. And I'm at my desk and I'm going through my pocket and I went, oh, and I came across the paper, not just a pretty face. And on my lunch hour, I had all the lyrics written.
Oh,
Done.
that's amazing. Did you thank him?
Yeah, I did actually. I did, and I
What
wrote
a
the
great
song "Not
story.
Just a Pretty Face" because
out of adversity,
people, and people judge people based on their cover and what they look
And
like,
they don't
and
really
you
know who
shouldn't.
they are. Right, you're
And
absolutely
that's
right.
how this song came about.
But I love that. So out of adversity comes positivity. I
Absolutely.
think that's great. So let's hear Not Just a Pretty Face.
I think of the day when I found someone who can see deep within and know I'm the one. The loneliness I feel is taking its toll. I'm trying so hard not to unfold. So in bed I cry, not knowing why they can't take the time to look on the inside, not just a face, 'cause I'm not just a pretty face, not just a game, not just a pretty face, got feelings too, not just a pretty face, no, I'm so confused, it's hard to explain, hurt and frustration when you fall in love with that special someone. Image is what it sees, not the true me. It causes me pain, and things just don't change. So in bed I cry, oh, not knowing why they can't take the time to look on the inside, not just a face, 'cause I'm not just a pretty face, not just a game, not just a pretty face, got feelings too, not just a pretty face, no, what should I do? I can't take this anymore, no, all these feelings that are stored, no, I can't take it, I can't take it. Hey, hey, hey. And not just a pretty face, not just a face, 'cause I'm not just a pretty face, not just a game, not just a pretty face, got feelings too, not just a pretty face, I'm lonely and scared, not just a pretty face, will I find true love, not just a pretty face, tell me, will I find a word, will I find a word.
New Year's is upon us. You're going to be performing at
89 North Music Venue,
Oh,
right in
exciting.
Patchogue, my hometown.
Oh, that's going to be so exciting. And I hate to say it, but the show is coming to a close. But we're going to have you close it with...
The song is called Follow You On, and Chris and I wrote this one together one night while watching television on the couch.
When this wasted love becomes revived again, follow you on, follow you on. I'll follow you on. When the sun goes down, I hear the sound of rain. Wish you here by my side. This is how it needs to be. Here today and to stay and to never go away. I follow you to that gentle place. I follow my heart, no time to waste. I follow you on, follow you on. I follow you on. Yeah. Ooh. I follow you to that gentle place. Follow my heart, no time to waste. I follow you on.